Good morning and a happy Monday. Cloudy day here in Singapore. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Wealth. Three things that we will talk about. And no deal continues. Flash PMIs and the week ahead. S&P 500 ticked higher on Friday but lodged a loss for the week, snapping a 3-week winning streak. The broad stock market index wavered for much of the day before its gains accelerated at the tail end of the trading session. S&P 500 was up 0.3%. The Dow was up 0.1% and the Nasdaq was up 0.4%. For the week though, S&P 500 lost 0.5% and Dow and Nasdaq lost about 1% each. White House officials and Democrat leaders have continued negotiations of the nearly $2 trillion relief package, which many investors view as crucial to maintaining the economic recovery. Reported coronavirus cases in the US have risen and are touching new records in Europe and the US. Actually, earnings season is in full swing with technology companies that have powered the stock market higher due to report from this week. Investors are also increasingly optimistic that the second dose of stimulus will be delivered, even if many think the chances of the deal before the elections are slim. Stocks in sectors that are sensitive to the outlook of the economy, including energy and banks, were the sectors that outperformed in the last week, while technology companies were pretty flat. In another sign that investors expect quicker growth and inflation, the bond market yield curve has steepened substantially. So the 10-year yield has gone up to about 0.84 on Friday, which was from the previous week, it was at 0.74. That's the biggest 1 week yield gain since August. On Friday, fresh data showed that overall business activity in the US expanded. The flash reading of the US Composite Output Index came in at 55.5 in October, up from the 54.3 registered in September. That is the fastest increase in private sector business activity since February 2019. In Europe, though, the economic outlook is gloomier amid a large second wave of virus infections that has prompted governments to restrict travel and leisure. Data firm IHS Markit said Friday's composite PMI came in at about 49.4 in October, indicating a decline in manufacturing and services activity. Investors are also passing the latest batch of quarterly earnings. More than one quarter of the companies on the S&P 500 had reported until Friday of last week, and about 84% of them had beaten analyst forecasts for earnings according to FactSet. In terms of share performance, American Express fell by about 3.6% after third quarter earnings missed expectations. Intel dropped about 11% after quarterly revenue and earnings fell. Asian markets were mixed. Shanghai Composite closed 1% lower, while Japan's 225 eked out a 0.2% gain. In terms of the week ahead, we'll be looking out for big oil, which joins the earnings onslaught, with at least 3 super majors expected to post losses and face dividend pressure. BP is first on Tuesday. Shell is on Thursday. Exxon, Chevron and Total we'll be looking out for on Friday. The world economy gets a temperature check with the ECB, BOJ and Bank of Canada setting rates, and the GDP data is also due from the US and the Euro area. All 3 central banks are expected to hold but signal renewed anxiety as infections surge. Big tech gets busy on Wednesday and Thursday. CEOs of Facebook, Alphabet and Twitter are set to testify as well on hate speech, misinformation and privacy before the Senate hearing midweek. A day later, we get results from Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Facebook and Twitter. Actually, there are a ton of earnings this week. Some other names that I will be watching out for on the pharma side will be Pfizer, Merck, Eli Lilly, Amgen, Gilead, Novartis and Glaxo. In tech, I'll also be looking out for Microsoft, Sony, Shopify, Spotify and eBay. And in the semiconductor space or semiconductor and software space, I'll be looking out for SAP, NXP and AMD. Treasury traders will closely watch US GDP on Thursday. Economists predict an annualized expansion of 32%, the fastest pace in official data going back to the 1940s. Euro area countries including Germany, France, Spain and Italy will also publish GDP numbers and inflation this week. So tons of data to process, and we'll have the drama of the stimulus also. So we'll have our hands full before lining up ourselves for the election week, which is next week. Have a lovely week ahead, and stay safe and healthy, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.